Well, welcome, misters and missettes. Got another Thursday night edition. We're in Houston, Texas. So this one's going to be special for me to watch. That's for sure. Coming up. So we're going to see what entails in this one here. Texans going to figure out something real quick. Which way is it going to slide? It's early in the season, but dropping back-to-back games, yeah, it can do crucial. Very crucial. And obviously we're working with a backup quarterback in this game. Tyrod Taylor went out. We got Davis Mills in. It's a bad time because this defense that the Panthers have on that defensive line, it couldn't come at a worse time for the Texans. They already recorded 10 sacks in 2 games. So Davis Mills is not a real mobile quarterback, so he's going to be real tested in this ball game. But yeah, it's a game I would like the Texans to pull out, obviously. But we'll see. It's going to be a good test for them on Thursday night.
It's the first weekend of autumn
and we're underway.
Full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
And this is Goodymo Gaming. Have the Texans on defense first possession. Sam Darnold, former Jets quarterback. Tell you one thing, the Panthers are hoping he can do something different for this franchise. They hoping he's the answer. Me personally, from what I've seen from the Jets, mediocre at best. But hey, new scenery can bring new expectations. We'll see how he does.
It's a great opportunity for Sam Darnold.
We already know about this guy. I think I can remember, was it last year? Something about McCaffrey when he does play the Texans. Unstoppable. Just can't get a handle on him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. He works his
way to pile it up. Yeah, I would think the formula would be make Sam Darnold beat you. You don't want McCaffrey running wild. He's going to get his a little bit. And I think saying keep him under 100, easier said than done. But the all-out blitz, good cover-up. Good possession to get them 3 and out.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a bag and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
I want to say something about the Texans last week. That was the best I've seen them come out and start a game in a long time against the Browns. And I really do mean that. I mean, this team usually starts flat, but in that game, they actually played to win it until Tyrod Taylor went out. That's the only thing knocked the wind out. It was him getting injured and going out. And I'm going to say, I believe the Texans would have actually won that game with the energy they brought and how they played in the first quarter. Oh yeah, they set the tone. That injury was big. I honestly believe that game was for the Texans to win. After that, their body language changed, the intensity went. Yeah, but they started that game the right way. They have to do the same thing against the Panthers. Amendola picks up 8. I'm glad we picked him up as well. He's a winner. He is a winner. Anybody plays for the Patriots organization at some particular time in their career, it's all right with me. He's just a true professional. Even though we always get those type of players on the back end of their careers. But he still got something left in the tank.
7 yards there and a first down. Nice run there by Mark Ingram, the 3-time Pro Bowler, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, was signed by the Texans to be a veteran presence in their running back room, despite the fact he'll be 32 in December. Hoping to get one more good season out of the former.
Let's go, Mills. We all rooting for you.
They run. It's Mark Ingram.
It's a big task to ask for a rookie quarterback to get thrown in this early in the season. And it shows. The last ball game against Cleveland. What I don't understand is how we have backup quarterbacks in this league not getting enough snaps, not getting enough reps. That guy actually went out there, didn't even know some of the plays. I mean, as a simple handoff to a running back, going the opposite direction. I mean, you got to be kidding me. So yeah, the NFL won't do anything. I mean, if they're just not giving backup quarterbacks reps at all, that's a problem. Can't give all the reps to your starter. Something bound to happen. Tough coverage. Right around the 50, actually 49 on their side of the field. That's unfortunate. They could have gotten scoring position.
Back deep, Alex Erickson. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here.
What a punt. Right at the 7-yard line.
So that play the field position game here is a very nice punt. Is going to pin him back. Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
I really want to see what the Texans are going to do, because what I've known, history has shown with this team, primetime games, they seem to almost choke these games. And I mean like in blowout style. So this is big to try to start something new. I mean, when you're playing on primetime, I mean, you may lose, but it's how you lose. And this team has been blown out on occasion.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
On primetime games. Just compete, stay in the ball game, give yourself a chance.
Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. Now we're thrown down.
Too much space there. Yeah. And to mention, he can do that as well. This guy don't only run the ball, but he's one of the best wide receivers coming out of the backfield as a running back. He does it all.
And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
So you're looking for all-purpose yards? That's McCaffrey. And believe me, if they're going to be successful, he's going to have his imprints all over this game.
From the 34 now, here's first.
Multiple check downs. He's going for it all.
And this is dropped.
It's a way to defense it. That's the way to cover up the back end.
Imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as good running gets him to about the 44. Usually we see
Gonna have to drop that average down a little bit.
But this guy set the tone early. Runs through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Good hop jump.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And nowhere to fit that football.
Way to cut that off, Cunningham. Way to play in space. And hey, Cowboy fans, y'all got off the snide too, huh? Lose that game, go down 0-2. Y'all to start getting a little nervous and sweaty. People might start talking. The pressure. That's why I say I'd rather you force him to win it on his arm. I just don't think he can do it on a consistent basis. It's a big 3rd and 10. You got to get him off the field. Hold on. Did he come back on that? Yes, he did. He initially had that 1st down, but he had to come back for it, and that was just enough they needed. Get him in a punt situation, but that was too much time if you're Houston. Can't allow him to sit back there and just monitor the field.
And here's Joseph Charlton now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side.
Goodness, 8-yard line.
He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong?
Yep, got to get you involved.
That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Don't want to say he's our best receiver, but he's our only receiver. You know, pretty much. I mean, we got some nice guys at tight end. You know, I really don't want to say that, but more guys just going to have to step up. But we know what he can do. He's done it with multiple teams, actually.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down.
My goodness.
Physical play on the football there.
Tell you what, good secondary play on both sides. But what happened to this Houston team, talent-wise? They've let a lot of players walk out the door. I'm talking about receivers as well. We don't get into the Deshaun Watson situation, but I mean, or Hopkins, or Fuller. You know, we can go down the line, and I'm just talking about this year. Now we go back a few years. We got 2 more ball clubs. We talking about how many players they done got rid of. That was of quality.
3rd and short yardage. Mills. The slant caught by Amendola. And he is going to have the Texans.
Goes that vet again.
Get the 3rd down conversion. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center.
Yeah, not gonna look for Davis Mills to win the game, but he's got to make key throws like that. Keep the chains moving. Got to establish a running game. Get him in a dink and dunk mode. Don't put pressure on him to have to go out there slinging around and win the game. That's not going to happen. Oh, my goodness. Did you see those key blocks that sprung him to throw that ball the way he just did? Without those key blocks, he'd have been sacked. A hell of a throw. That's a throw. Whoop. Cut him down. Good route and catch. Plus throw.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. lose yardage on the
There you
play
go.
back at the 45-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss
Defensive
really
line
sets
is
them
nice.
now for second down.
And they're thinking the same thing. Houston wants to stop McCaffrey. The Panthers don't even want Houston running game to get going at all, especially when you got a rookie quarterback. Let's see what he can do.
Second and 14. From the gun, here's Mills.
Oh my goodness. That's tough. I didn't see a receiver in the area. So that's one of those errant throws they cannot afford. Oh man, he missed. I think he was going for the tight end. He missed him by, oh man, 5 yards.
You see that? The ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
That's troublesome. But the Panthers are in the wheelhouse. Good kicker can kick a field goal from this distance.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Darnold throwing out quickly here for Moore. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the
Second
receiver,
and short.
whether you call it a run or not, just take
Still
the ball.
0-0, 7:50 on the clock.
Working with second and 5 now.
You ready? You ready? You ready? 41 Mike. 41
Back to throw, Darnold. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end.
Nice quick throw.
They've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with
With a
first
defender
down.
right in his face.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A first down throw, Darnold.
He's
Dancing
coming
goes
out.
left. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. No one there to help out downfield.
He
But no
let
problem.
Darnold get 22 yards on the scramble.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything.
You got problems.
Good coverage
Bad
downfield,
awareness.
and then he slips out the back
No
door
pursuit.
and turns it into a nice gain.
That can't happen.
The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it first and goal at the 7. Now it's Darnold. That is caught.
Touchdown.
Anderson, touchdown Panthers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead.
And that's what turnovers can create.
A passing touchdown that you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver.
It's not going to fare well if they can get a running game and an air attack going.
Pretty in depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the
If you're Houston, you don't want to see that.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Well, Davis Mills, that's one mistake. And I'm pretty sure you can't afford to make many more. Matter of fact, I wouldn't make any if you can help it for the rest of this game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
I mean, that interception was definitely on him. That was just a bad errant throw. Just
to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Texans offense
Roberts.
back out to do battle here. They threw an interception the first time they
Good
got
kick
the football,
returner.
wound up leading to a touchdown the
He
other way.
muffled one
He approached drive number 2.
last week, one of the good
Your
ones.
game plan coming in. Everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 3 yards.
Okay, but let's not get away from the run attack. You have to establish a running game. Don't continuously drop him back to pass. Not going to fare well. Let's mix this thing up a little bit. We might not get much yardage, but at least we have him thinking about it.
Here's the option going left on second down. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense.
I see a read option for Davis. I don't know his run history, but yeah.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way.
Yeah.
The first 3 drives. They're definitely got to put their heads
This is
together.
going to be interesting.
Some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Like I said before, if he can't make plays under the gun,
As he'll punt it away for the second time.
this is not going to fare too well. And they're still not running or buying into running the ball. Especially when you have a backup, and not only a backup quarterback, but a rookie quarterback.
And the Panthers coming out now. They've got a 7-0 lead.
Houston, don't let this be the case.
They start out 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. For Marshall, that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Terrace Marshall, a big ranging receiver and part of LSU's national championship team in 2019, makes a nice catch there.
Man, and those 49ers, they got my Eagles last week. 17-11. I'm a little disappointed in the output on that game. I mean, 11 points. I could at least figured we could have put up more points than that. I mean, that was a low-scoring affair. And we can say defense all day long, if that's what you want to call it, but we got to find a way to muster up more points than that. As he just booed for the first down. Another thing, first contact, you got to bring these ball carriers down. Let them drag you, flip this way, that way, roll for a first down. No, you got to drop them on contact. So, yeah, we need a bounce back game if you're Philadelphia. The Giants and the Redskins. Anybody in that division is basically a rival. You mean you can say rival game with anybody in that division is rivals when they play. But yeah, I mean, that's one the Giants wish they wouldn't have lost. I tell you that. Because if you can't beat Washington football team, I ain't saying they're a sucky team, but you got to at least grab those. I mean, that puts you at 0-2. So they got some work to do. They got a lot of talent over there to be dropping ball games, especially if they want to do something or get to the playoffs. Not dropping them to Washington football team. When that Raiders and Steelers, that was a little surprise for me. What about the Raiders here? Can we take them seriously this year? Anybody? I'm listening. Can we take the Raiders seriously this year? I mean, they beat the Steelers. Steelers not no chopped liver. I mean, that's a franchise that's known for winning year in, year out. So to beat them, that opens some eyes up and say, hold on now. Are they finally turning the table? Possibly. But we'll see. But yeah, that Steeler game there that they pulled out, that was a big one for them. That'll give you some confidence if you're the Raiders in Gruden. That's heading in the right direction. Then they had the Saints and the Panthers as well last week. If you're the Saints, you're going to be like 7 points. That'll never happen if Drew Brees led team. Now, whatever happened over there that just mustered up 7 points, I don't want to get the Panthers last week that much credit on defense. My goodness. Anderson just scored his second touchdown. This is too much to start with.
Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I mean, they like, let's make Darnold beat us. That's exactly what he's doing in this first quarter, beating you.
Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Like I said, I just hope this is no inclination. I'm just going to say it like that. I just hope this is no inclination. 14-0, 2:54 left in the first quarter. 78 yards. My. Yeah, it's on you. But to be honest with you, it shouldn't be on you. They need to run the ball. I mean, if you have to run it 3 times in a row to prove a point, do it and punt it. Quit dropping this guy back. It's going to be more interceptions. They're going to run the scoreboard up on you. I mean, at least try to have some kind of ball control. If it was me, I would probably just throw on 3rd down. Run 1st and 2nd.
After the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. On the return, Andre Roberts.
That old rivalry, Patriots and the Jets last week. Well, Patriots pretty much own them since they were born, so that is no shock there. You also had the Bengals and the Bears. I mean, that's one of those games I didn't watch, to be honest with you. So I couldn't tell you too much about that one, but you know, I think the Bears pulled it out, which if you'd have told me, you know, they were playing who would win, I would have picked the Bears. I think half the population would have picked the Bears.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
See, he has flashes. Like, that's a beautiful throw. That is a beautiful throw. Then he'll come back and he'll miss a guy by 10 feet. So he got to get consistent. And they're still dropping him back. Run the football.
Plays like that will continue to help him dig out of this hole.
An option run with Ingram, and he went nowhere.
Well, maybe that's the reason why they're not running the football. But you got to block somebody. I mean, I think they really are believing the hype. Panthers got a hell of a defensive line, and they just put in their heads that, hey, we're just going to go out and just throw it all over the football field. No, we can't do that. Still run the ball. To be honest with you, I might even come back with a run.
14 now after the loss. From the shotgun, it's Mills.
Okay. Sweet. Sweet.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
And to be honest with you, I don't expect the Texans to actually win this game, but I expect them to compete. They at least have to do that. And under Cully, the new head coach, it seemed like you're going to get a fight out of them. Because in previous years with the other, coaches, we had the QBX and obviously the O'Briens and I don't know, maybe you can go far back as Dom Capers. It was just an expansion team, but I see under Cully, they're going to fight. If they do anything else, they're going to fight. Just don't want them to get blown out. Just have a chance in the end. And if you still lose it, hey, we all can live with that. Just don't go out there and stink up the place at home.
On second down, Mills again. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Akins.
Right now, get yourselves in scoring position. Field goal should be the worst scenario out of this drive, not a turnover. Touchdown will be the best. But just take your time and don't be greedy. Because you get greedy, you're going to get risky, you're going to get dangerous. There you go. It's amazing what a few passes can do. Loosen up that defensive line a little bit. Now you can get you a bang for 2 or 3 at a time.
He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Last week with Rams and Colts as well.
36, Mills, and he'll find Akins there, complete.
There you go. Oh my goodness. Amendola, what happened with you? That's the last person you need leaving this ball game. And he's just getting going. Yes, sir. Work that out. Yeah, them Rams beat the Colts. That's really no shocker, but a close ball game. I mean, 27-24. Good fight there. And my old quarterback for the Eagles, old Carson Wentz, trying to start his career all over again, but it seems like he's still getting injured. I think, what is his ankles now that are bothering him? I just pray for Wentz. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, he's a hell of a talent. He's a tough guy, but some guys just injury prone, and he falls right in that category. You just root for guys like that, but he just can't get it. Just when he's about to make that hurdle, he had one of these fluke injuries. It's like his body is fragile or brittle or something. But to me, he only has a few more chances to go. I mean, he's with the Colts, and you can see he's coming into this season banged up, or was banged up before he actually got healthy. Then actually got healthy. Now he got this ankle problem. Well, I'm gonna tell you this: these little dings, or whatever you want to call it, dings, pings, little scrapes, bruises he keeps getting to keep him out of ball games, man, career could be cut short, or you'll find himself in a backup quarterback on a ball club. You know, backing up somebody like Arnold or one of these guys that, if he's healthy, he's better than. So you don't want to go that route. But I mean, I know it's not really up to him. Pretty sure the guy eats well, got nutrition. Could be genetics, I don't know.
Here's another 1st and 10.
Just wish him well on it. There you go, nice. Boy, only if you could have gave him a little shake. Good stiff arm. Might have been walking in that end zone on that play.
Scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Check. 4 down. 4 down.
On second down, Ingram. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, they certainly had
Also had the Bills and the Dolphins. Now that's an old little rivalry for you there.
Stopped after a very short gain, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally.
But I tell you what, that didn't fare well for those Dolphins. 35 to nothing. Now that's a smack around right there.
Now Mills.
That's like one of those beatings you used to get back in the day.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down.
3rd and 3. You gotta get rid of the ball, Davis.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first.
How are you gonna take a sack like that in the red zone?
On that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead,
Just get rid of
they
it.
feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Man. Yeah, but 35 to nothing? My goodness. That damn Marino is rolling over in his grave.
And his kick here is good.
I mean, that's a slaughter.
Themselves on the board here at 14.
That's getting beat with the switch, the 2x4, and the belt.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Broncos and Jaguars now. I don't know how many people watched that game last week, but tell you one, I wasn't watching it. You put that on the bulletin board, I'm going to look at it and be like, I'm going to go to the cinema. I'm going to watch me a movie. But that old Falcons and Buccaneers, that was one to watch. You know, you saw that on the headline. You're going to tune in on that one. But what about Brady? My goodness. This guy in his 40s or is he in his 20s? I mean, 4+ touchdown TDs. This guy's just throwing them. I believe they said that was like he tied for second for the longest streak since like 1950. This boy here, man, I tell you. That Tom Brady, they put up 48 points.
A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. And they get him down.
Oh, man. Did you see that throw?
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
They got this Houston defense spread out so much now they don't know what's coming. I mean, you can spread it in the middle of the bread. You can spread it to the corners on the edges of the bread. It don't matter where you spread it. It's going to lay down. It's going to smooth out right. They got to lock it up because really don't know who's getting the ball. Too much time. Somebody got to locate him. Vikes and Cards. Cardinals, that was a good ball game. 33-34. Cardinals pulled that one out.
Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
So D-Hop, arguably the best wide receiver in the game. But you know, Devontae's right there. They say, you know, Devontae for Green Bay, they say he's the best, and I'm not going to argue with it. Sure not. We're going to let this season play out, though. That'll tell all tales as well.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. That's going to bring up
That was some good pressure.
gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple.
We still made a play to get positive yardage, but good pressure. You needed them to punt this football.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And the kicks away as he angles this one for the sideline.
And the Cowboys and Chargers, the one I spoke about earlier. Cowboys got off the snide. I was gritting my teeth and curling my toes, hoping the Chargers could pull that game out. But it didn't happen. So we move on to next week. I told you I'm one of those guys that watch those Cowboys, man, almost more than I watch my team. Them losing helps me sleep. Don't ask me why. Just me and my whole family just never been Cowboys since we were born. My dad, my old man, engraved it into me. He had his reasons, but no Cowboy fans of anything on this side of the family. I respect them, especially that run, they've had, the Super Bowls with the Troy Aikman, the Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Moose, good strong fullback, Novacek, much respect. And Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones. We could say what we want about Jerry Jones, but he's a character. He's a funny guy. You can't say he don't want to win. You don't produce. Things don't happen. He will get you out of there, which I think that should be every owner. This is a business, and things not happening. You're not producing wins. Yeah, it's going to be time for you to go. Now, he might have held on to, let's say, Garrett too longer than what he should, but hey, we know the reason behind that one. But overall, that's a business, man, and he'll do anything and do what it takes to win ball games and bring a Super Bowl to Dallas. So yeah, there's much respect on that end. Do respect the ball club. Just never been a fan, and I always want them to lose. So that's that. Oh yeah, and that Chiefs and Ravens. Oh my. To me, that was the best game of the week. Hands down. And for Lamar Jackson to get that win, that was big for him. He needed that. Because after a while, they're going to start saying, well, Mahomes owns you. And the Ravens. You don't want that to start. So to get off the snide and for him to get that win right there, that was big. Oh, 4th and 10. We made a few plays, but ultimately, he didn't turn the football over. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. I'm being a little sarcastic too, but still, I'm very proud of you. Y'all held on to the ball. Y'all actually gonna punt it back without nothing, catastrophic happening on offense. A fumble or an interception, or actually going for it on 4th and 10.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
The Lions and the Packers. Monday Night Football.
Good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more
Tell
effective
you what,
through the air. We'll
if you was thinking Aaron Rodgers didn't have it, or he was losing it, or was never going to get it back, he proved that wrong, which I knew, and most people should have knew, that when he's mad and when he's angry or he loses a game, get in the press conference, say a few sound bites, pretty much the next game, he's going to get to slinging that ball. And pretty much he's going to put up points like he did with 35. So they got it rolling. So yeah, you don't bet against Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it was the Detroit Lions, I understand that. But to me, that could have happened against anybody once he gets in the groove. So yeah, that was a good week of football. Good week of football. We got 14-3 here 9:36 remaining in the second. Big 3rd and 5 if you're Houston. You got to get them off the field. You should think they scored enough points in this first half if you want to try to give yourself a chance to win it. Needed that throw. We've seen too much of this in the first half with Davis Mills.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They punted last time.
If y'all can just think, if y'all can just go down here and get a touchdown, it would change the game. You just take your time. I mean, all the bad y'all have done, not covering receivers, the errant throws he made, even the interceptions, y'all still in the wheelhouse. This game is not lost. Plenty of football left. Just take your time. You're a little antsy. You kind of rushing your throws is what I'm looking at. And just methodically get yourself up the field to get points. Still in this ball game. Let's run the ball here. Can we please? Why have a guy keep throwing?
Mills to throw it.
Yeah.
But it's incomplete.
Oh boy. It'll make you pull your hair out if you had enough of it.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Mills.
My goodness. And it's Cooks. It's just crazy. This quarterback will actually give you a heart attack. 2 errant throws that's not even close to the receiver. Then you get on a 3rd and 10 and he needles it between damn near 2 defenders right on the money. Oh, man.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play.
Just can't get that running game going.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I mean, they're shutting down almost every running play. It's always like one more guy that they didn't block, and he's the one that gets them. Actually, he was engaged into a block, just shed it. Throw him out the way. Went to the ball carrier.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
I got you.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And for a 2nd straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. That was well played.
It's like they pass when they shouldn't pass and run when they shouldn't run.
Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
That the same guy? You really don't need a 1st down, but you can get in field goal range. You pick up enough yardage.
Working out of the gun, Mills. It's caught by Mark Ingram.
Oh, that puts you on the brink.
39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. That one good for only 6, and it leaves
It's gonna be a long one.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
It's gonna be about a 56-yard field goal from there.
Is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down.
I mean, it can be done. Just gotta have a nice kicker as well, too. lack the distance and the accuracy.
Right, and this score will stay right where it is.
That's giving up a lot of field position. I don't even think I'd have attempted that.
Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL
Put sharp with Sam Darnold's name.
If that guy doesn't play well,
You got bad things ahead for your ball club, that's for sure.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Darnold on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Arnold. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little
This
bit more
defense
weight.
has to tighten
These guys
up.
Catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football.
There you go, has to tighten up. You really don't want to give up any points on this drive. But all they need, actually, like I said, depending on the kicker, they can kick it from here, this distance. But if you have to force a field goal, force it. But touchdown shouldn't even be on the menu for y'all.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. He finds his man complete. It's Arnold. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But really
All right, it doesn't get no bigger than this before half. 3rd and 8.
And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing,
Just under 7 minutes.
and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice
You want to take away points from them, you'll stop them here.
The Panthers on 3rd down.
Don't let them gain another yard.
Throwing again is Darnold.
There it is.
Under pressure now.
All out blitz.
Goes down.
It was right on time and you needed it.
Get him for a loss of 9 yards. And that also leads to 4th down.
To do more defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been calling him up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay,
Y'all got to
do
get
we
it
still
together.
wanna try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare
Got
say
to
that the
get
answer
it
would be
together.
yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence
3
in their kicker.
points is not
Just
going
to
to
be on
do
the
it.
safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
get a
this
little
time?
closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Mills now looks to throw on first down.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns just would not be denied.
Big
It's a
hit
loss of
right
6.
there.
Nice play there by Brian Burns, chasing down a quarterback in the pocket.
They know if they get them behind the chains, the backup quarterback, more than likely the possession is dead. It's hard for them to pick up yardage, even a first down when they're behind the chains. Panthers know that.
Another try after the first down sack. Mills.
Held on to it too long again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things
He's got to get rid of that football.
I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And I pretty much guarantee you the Panthers going to get points this time. They're going to give them a very short field. Obviously, they don't pick this up, but they probably just going to run it now. Just to try to open up a little space to punt this ball, but that's going to set the Panthers up right in their wheelhouse.
They'll come up now, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do is they run it here. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 14 yards, but
that was a good run there. This could possibly be almost a regular punt. They give up some good field position if you're Carolina, allowing him to pick up that much yardage. If he got out of that brush, he would have got possibly a first down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And out will come the offense as they take over. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good
I'm
about
surprised
things,
they really
keep
went
things
away
moving
from
in the right
Caffrey
direction. Right now,
in this
that's
ball
exactly what
game.
we're seeing.
They're not using him as much as I thought they would in his first half.
As they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Here you go, merciless. Big time. I don't even know why Carolina is still trying to drop back. They almost act like they're playing from behind. Just give the ball to Caffrey and try to run some clock. You know, y'all move it, ball control. It could be the last possession of the half. Why are you still trying to go down the field? You trying to knock this team out or what?
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Might just be confident they can pick up a 3rd and long. Because the way he's been throwing in his first half, ain't gonna get no argument from me. Because he's finding his receivers with great separation.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just one.
Got to get him off, Houston.
This is 3rd and 14. Here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson.
You got to be kidding me.
Inside the 35.
You got to be kidding me. His 3rd touchdown. Did you see how wide open this guy was? Did somebody blow an assignment?
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
Can't happen.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now.
My goodness. Like a starfish.
3 plays, and Carolina scores to cap it off.
Well, you can't allow this. I mean, at the wrong time of the football game. Got him in 3rd and long. And you let basically their best receiver. Best receiver run loose. I mean, he threw that ball out there like it was an orange. Did y'all see it? It like went up like a shot put. He just went straight up and then straight down.
And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And his renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit,
The formula is continuing to run the ball.
can't let this happen anymore.
Even if you're not getting yardage. Don't get fancy with the run plays.
That hasn't been the case so
Just get them in a power set and just a lead.
faster to help out the offense.
Just hand them the ball, let them go downhill. All these sweeps and trick plays,
Houston's offense already at
get
the
them
line
out of your
set to get
playbook.
going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes this out, like puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Looking to throw is Mills. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. It's checked.
And he was pretty much double teamed.
And he brings it back to right
It's like they were waiting on that play.
2nd interception for him now here in this first half. You got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going
Look
to
at
check
that.
on.
They're
when he gets to
right
the
on that.
sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're
3
going to react.
receptions.
Let's see how he
So
bounces
basically,
back.
every time he
Two
touched,
interceptions for him in college
every time
and
he's
now.
made a catch, it's been for a touchdown, basically. Gonna have 94 yards on top of it. What they say about Chris Carter? All he does is catch touchdowns. That's what Anderson's done in his first half.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pick up there.
I'm gonna give it to you, Darnold. You were zipping that ball.
Following the turnover.
And some tight coverage. Look at this throw.
And now they're looking at a first
My, look at that. Degree of difficulty on that throw. Like I said, I just hope it's no inclination on what's to come.
Now Darnold. He's got it for
My,
the
my.
touchdown. Ian Thomas there to make the grab.
They got me sound like Johnny Gill over here.
In their lead here in this first half.
My.
You got to figure down
My.
his money in the high traffic area, and he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Gonzalez to
This
add
thing
the
could get
PAT.
ugly fast if Houston don't figure something out.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
I mean, even at, worse, I mean, just
They made quick work of it.
try to run the
Just
clock
two
out
plays to get
yourselves,
into the end zone.
especially coming into the second half. Do a lot of runs, little drop-off passes. But make sure you get all your downs in, 1 through 3. And then after that, punt the ball. Because so far, the way I'm looking at this, if you have a lot of incomplete passes, turnovers, fumbles, interceptions, whatever the case may be, these guys can pretty much run the scoreboard up on you. And you're going to be hoping just to run the clock out where they don't even have enough time to get this in the 60s. Because that's what it looks like. I mean, at this pace.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space.
But now I'm pretty much they're going to be silly and they're going to still sling the ball around.
Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game, because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Mills caught here by Conley. He's brought down at the 34.
That's exactly how y'all need to play. Call. Actually, not only play, but play call in the second half. You get more 3rd and 1s like this, you can put more points on the board.
Of this first half of action. Cooks on the quick slant. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
Yeah, that slow down and wait for that ball to get there. He's just not that accurate with the ball, obviously, you can see. But like I say, what can you expect? He's a rookie. Not only that, he wasn't expected to get thrown out there in the fire this early in the season. So, and obviously it don't seem like he had enough reps if you want to look at the last ball game.
Here's Mills. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football.
That was a savior.
Yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Hold on, timeout.
So possession still.
Y'all actually called a timeout? If anything, y'all should be wanting that clock to run, losing that much yardage. How you gonna help the Panthers out by you calling a timeout? Oh man. Well, the Panthers say they're not done yet, folks. I mean, they'll have some seconds left to go down there and score again.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returned as it sails out of bounds.
That didn't work out the way he wanted it.
Anderson making his way back onto the field. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
Well, who knows? You might catch him streaking again wide open.
It's each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you always want to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
Tight right, tight right.
A first down throw, Darnold. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Yeah, if you're the Texans, you don't want them putting any points on the board here.
Second down at 4.
So you got to have multiple stops to deny them even a field goal.
Now it's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But now it'll be third down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let it just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incomplete
formation on second down. Here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job.
Pretty good defensive possession. Y'all stepped up on that one. Y'all needed it.
Not too close, mind you, and lived.
Just need more of that when the game was still in hand.
Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to
Not
kick
saying
for
it's not in
sixth.
hand now, but getting out of hand. And what y'all shown on offense so far, I don't think you can make up the points.
48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go
Goodness.
here.
I
so
can't
not
wait
a
to
lot of time
halftime. I
to
need a
work with.
break. There's been a whole lot to take in this first half.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Mills now. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2
Well,
remaining
one reason
timeouts
probably wide
as
open
they stop the clock with 24
because they
seconds
want to
go
run the
in
clock
this
out
first
too.
half.
Well, they sure don't want you getting behind them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Need a chunk play here if you're thinking about a field goal.
Throwing, Mills. And it's caught here, Amendola. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
He didn't get out of bounds. You had to waste your time out on that play.
Final timeout as the clock will stop with 18
It looked like he
seconds
got
to go
out
in
of
the
bounds
first
to
half.
me. Am I missing something?
Back-to-back good plays
Could have
on
been
the
big if they
move
could have
on
kept that
first
timeout
down.
in their back pocket.
Looking to throw. Mills. This is Akins hauling in the short pass.
They just stripped him.
Ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield.
My goodness.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football.
They can't even
I've gotta
get
give credit
wrong
to the
right.
defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and
First of all, a little short
and they
pass
still
like that
find
should have never
ways
been
to knock
completed.
it free.
You got to get down the field. I mean, even if he gets tackled there, clock expires. Halftime. I mean, what were you going to get out of that play?
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard
3
line.
turnovers in the first half.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And he's got it
And now they got one
complete.
on you.
Now a timeout.
That quick. Got themselves in position for a field goal behind your mistakes with seconds left on the clock. And they're going to go ahead and try for the 52-yard field goal. Why not? No more time left. At least no more timeouts. This is like the worst case scenario.
Gonzalez's kick is good.
Worst case scenario for the Texans. And they just pile more on.
So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Like I say, history has shown this is what this team does on primetime games. But I'm going to tell you, I ain't finna call it ends yet. They got a lot of work to do. If anything, try to patch this score up. I mean, you're at home. Take a nail down here. And that'll do it for this first half. 31-3, folks. We'll be back in the second half, and thank God we're here. We'll be back.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We saw a strong first half. Throwing the football by Sam Darnold. He's thrown for nearly 300 yards already. As we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter, and they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half, so where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out and take pride in your work and try and put something together here in the second half.
Check hot route. Hot, hot.
On 1st and 10, Mills. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Amendola, he was the intended target, but it'll be second down.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy.
Running from the gun, Johnson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. Here comes Erickson. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on
Well,
the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
let's see what this position is going to entail.
3 touchdowns so far. From the 34 now.
They have to lose at least some of the luster, or this scoreboard is going to get ran up.
Play action. It's Darnold.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
That'll be
My.
caught by Anderson.
Well, he didn't score a touchdown, but he's got a first down.
Inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And Robbie Anderson makes
At this pace, this guy's going to at least get two bills. 2 bills and 50 plus at least.
2018 and 2019.
Usually when guys, at least wide receivers, when they get chunk plays throughout the game, get over 100 real quick with very little catches, like 3-4 catches. This guy went across his body. Should have been picked. Usually wide receivers, they'll tail off. You'll see that. They have these big plays in the first half, and then they'll kind of tail off, and they just end up with like 5 catches for 180 or something like that, and that's it. But if he has a high volume, he's going to break some charts with record-breaking yards.
That's Arnold. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Darnold's out there looking like Brady.
But this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues.
And Arnold out there looking like Gronk.
Not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
41's the Mike. Hey. Mike 41. We've got a wedge that.
On first down, this is McCaffrey.
Wow. They got everything rolling. He only has 7 rushes. That's what got me. You want Darnold passing the ball and making him win the ball game, and he's shown he can do it in this ball game, at least against this Texans defense, because you haven't seen too much McCaffrey. They're winning this without McCaffrey.
Darnold from the gun.
Look at this.
He's got it. Touchdown.
Is that McCaffrey? Oh my goodness. Out of the backfield. Wide open.
There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it,
man.
catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing, when you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball.
This guy's pitiful.
Right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatch.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns.
I was going to say something, but I don't know. He might have tapped it. Yeah, it looks like he tapped it. It was pretty close. One there. Yeah, he's got that.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the field stands.
Called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown.
Yeah,
after
it's
the
good.
video review, so they had it right.
Gonzalez now to add the extra
Good
point.
footwork by McCaffrey.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And the
All
end
the
result,
energy is
Panthers
sucked
touchdown.
right out of Reliance Stadium. And you knew they were coming. I mean, that's one thing Houston's going to have to worry about. You know, coming into this game, the Panthers with their defensive front, I mean, with a rookie quarterback, I mean, they can smell it. And they want to see what he got. So you're going to have constant pressure. He's going to be well tested. And they're going to force him to make plays. I mean, as simple as that. And if he can't make plays, and this is the result of it, they're going to get blown out. Especially if they can't establish a running game, or willing to at least try to establish a running game. Amendola is back.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Yeah, you know, get him a few cute plays like that in. Throwing the ball. But it's nothing consistent. That's why they end themselves right here.
Past the 40 already, and another first
first and 10. On first and
Losing
10,
by 35.
The slant caught by Amendola. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
First down, Mills. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. 8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back first down pickups.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Tight on this side, boys. Tight on the left. Tight on the left.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram. And they'll be inside the 35, down the 34-yard line. A gain of 5.
God, that's a workhorse today. Well, like a pony. I mean, you don't have the yardage to be no workhorse. If you're talking about carries, that was like his 16th, 17th carry, but hey, I put in some work to be a workhorse.
From the gun, here's Mills. This is caught, it's Cooks. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
I thought that Brandon Cooks took over the #1 role for the Texans after DeAndre Hopkins was shipped to Arizona. And he wound up with a team-leading 81 catches in 2020, his most since 2015.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Ingram. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple. Down to the 15.
It's a tough 52 yards, too. I'm going to see he hasn't earned every yard of it.
Having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing on second and 8. Mills. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to
Of course.
at the 28-yard line.
Of course, and why not? Of course that was going to happen. It was only right. I mean, it's his own fault. I mean, you're holding on to the ball. The way you're escaping the pocket. Not giving your offensive line a good angle. You're rolling them out of blockage. But they can just come around and reach you and pursue you and put you on the ground.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats?
Empty seats. Some of them didn't come back after halftime.
Now it's second and 9.
They figure they leave now, they can catch the fourth quarter at home.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Darnold on target to Moore for the Panther first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second.
And watch, he's going to tell out to having a good game himself. Because right now, this is just clock milking time. This third quarter and fourth coming in, you're going to see a lot of handoffs to McCaffrey. Now, he possibly still get his 100 yards or more.
The gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
You don't want to see me.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield.
Darnold did the work in the first half, and Caffrey's going to finish it up in the second half.
To expand their playbook, a 2nd and 2. That means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. 51 the mic.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall.
Good quick throw. Right in the fire of a blitz.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Mike, 41. Yeah. You don't want none. 41's good.
On first down, Darnold.
Check girls, check girls, check
He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue
Darnold
to
has
take their shots
dissected
downfield
his defense.
another completion.
I mean, his secondary don't know where it's coming.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Darnold, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it.
Exactly what they needed. He's getting walked down.
He's at the 40.
My goodness.
A super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Could you think of that?
And a wonderful job on a big return.
The only points they could have had in I don't know how many quarters, and he gets walked down.
That's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Gamble shot. Go over the top. First play.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been
It would have been a good chance to take a shot. Usually when teams get a turnover, they'll come right back on the first play, try to go over the top on them.
held their spot and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got tight ends left. Even. 4 down. Even.
Now Mills.
There you go again, just holding on to the ball.
And it's picked up by the Panthers. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the
I mean, what is going on?
trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Oh, here we go. Oh. 51 to Mike. 51.
Darnold. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
That defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out,
Just like a wide receiver.
into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped
Just
him
like
for
a
minute
wide
of the game.
receiver.
2nd and 7, operating from the
He
34.
definitely has the catches and the yardage to go with it.
Draw play, Darnold giving to McCaffrey. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss?
You know how tough and the endurance you have to be all-purpose and to touch the ball as many times as he does? Run and pass receptions with blocking. Takes a certain kind of running back to endure all that physical activity.
They need to get to the 28 for a 1st.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Darnold down to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Wow.
What did they call that on?
So mark off the yardage for roughing the
Just
passer.
add on the pain.
On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
To throw is Darnold. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Second and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas.
51 to Mike.
He'll look to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Can you force them to a field goal?
Why do we see so many slants in the red
Really
zone?
wouldn't make a difference if they got a field goal or touchdown or even a turnover.
You've got to deliver the ball on time.
Bottom line, you have to put points on the board.
Tipped in the air, because if that happens, then
The
it's
mission
very
stays the same. Y'all are running out of time.
3rd and 2, Darnold. This is caught. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought
Sure he
down
does.
at the 3.
And sure he will.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals, because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep them from getting a 1st down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
They haven't been up to task this whole ball game. They haven't been up to the task.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Too little, cupcake. 58, boys, 58.
McCaffrey. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't it?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
He'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but
Good
it's
cover up there, Reed.
The secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
Can y'all do it one more time?
Pour some more salt in the wound.
41's the Mike, 41's the Mike. Check.
Back to throw.
Take 4, take 4.
Under pressure, down he
There you
goes.
go.
Sacked at the 10. Malik Collins able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah,
Gonzalez's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Houston set to take over. And the turnover last time.
See if y'all can finish this possession without a turnover.
I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Y'all got to prove to yourselves that y'all can actually sustain a drive and go down there and score a touchdown. At least got to get a touchdown for this game is done.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
I don't care how long it takes to get down there. Just do it.
Mills on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Justin Burris. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Oh, man.
Charles, that's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot
And I know I'm beating this word
every time you throw an
like a
interception,
drum,
you do things the right way.
but I'm going to say it again.
Hasn't there been
I
a
just
pretty
hope
darn
this
good
is no
quarterback along the
inclination
way who threw a lot of interceptions
on
early,
what's to
learned
come.
from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Steps away to his left. Darnold, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it.
I mean, does everybody got butter on their hands or something? Actually, he's down. That won't be a fumble.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time.
But on both sides, they're having trouble holding on to the ball.
Hey, we're going to take the ball away from you. No matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Y'all took long enough.
And the question was,
I mean, his knee was down as well.
comes loose, and is the video
What?
convincing
Knee,
enough to overturn it?
elbow.
Factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
My backbone connected to my hip bone. My hip bone connected to my knee bone.
After a new play, the field is reversed.
So that challenge is successful with. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now back to throw.
Shut him down early.
Being chased out left. And he will
I mean, they allow him to pick up way too much yardage
That'll go as a pickup of 8.
before even a defender gets close to him. I understand y'all don't want to leave no wide receivers because they've been chewing you up all night. And maybe y'all just rather him beat you on the run.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
That'll be end of this 3rd quarter. 41-3.
3 quarters have come and gone.
This has been a chainsaw massacre. And the Texans hasn't scored in 2 quarters. The 1st quarter and this 3rd quarter. No points.
yards to go on second down from the 7.
I'm coming after you. Hey, Mike 51.
They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
Everybody's been a big factor. The towel boy, water boy, they all been big factors in this one.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, I mentioned Brady and Gronk earlier.
Now, if he might be able to remove the helmet.
Well, they might as well look like them. They're about to have the same amount of points they had last week.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Turnovers by Houston is what's ballooned this lead the way it is. I mean, their butts would have been kicked anyway, but they were able to put some spice on this with them turning the football over consecutive possessions, giving them a short field. Just can't happen. Anybody and any team will tell you that. You turn the ball like this, more than likely you're not going to win the ball game.
All-Pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
They need to think about getting this guy a little bit on a wide receiver end on offense. Got a little spunk, a little speed going. I want to give him a couple of chances.
And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception.
Not like anything else is working.
Run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Tight end right.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere.
Well, when you have a blowout like this, everybody seems to lose their focus. And that's exactly what that drop looked like.
A second down throw for Mills. Mills can't get away, and down he goes. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there.
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of
Got
time to
Fox
throw the
out there looking like Kevin Green.
His defense, I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
Yeah, we should just be milking this cow. That's all Carolina should be doing is milking, milking, milking.
Some filling to do, right?
So they can get everybody out of here.
Because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get.
And while we at it, if you're liking the gameplay, commentary, Call of Duty, Let's hit the like button. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't yet. And always commenting is good. Because I'm pretty sure it should be a lot to say in this one.
This is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball,
Especially
and keep the
if
clock
it's an
moving as
inclination.
well. So they'll run their offense.
Once
When they have
again.
a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
58's Mike, 58. 58's Mike.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground.
Right at the line. Of course he was going to pick that up anyway. That's what he does.
That says no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah,
McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A couple of former Jets, Darnold to Anderson.
First down.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play.
Why not?
3rd down went his way. It worked out.
And that is true. 2 former Jets. They brought that to my attention. That is very true. No wonder that connection has been so pure tonight.
We got 4. We got 4.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 77 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little game. The tackle made by Aaron
He gets
Murray.
tired. McCaffrey gets tired. Got to put somebody in and give him a little rest.
We're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing
Get
its
a little breather.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd
Boy,
and 5.
starting to get a high usage rate.
McCaffrey on the counter.
He's built to send him home.
3 down to the 32-yard line.
Just about on the edge of 80 yards. Will he get his 100? That's going to be the question. All it takes is a good pop by him. I'm going to say he's going to get it.
So 2 of 2.
I'm going to say McCaffrey's going to get that 100 yards. Might not be on this possession, but he's going to get it.
Here's Darnold. Got his man complete over
Oh,
the middle.
man.
It's Arnold.
Cunningham thought he had that interception. I mean, it's like he was holding it in his hand while he was headed the other way and turning around, and the other guy had it.
This drive continues to plunge forward.
Nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all
Look
night
at him.
long.
It's like he's juggling it himself.
Let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Well, Darnold's had all types of throws like that in this game. Real tight coverage.
Here's McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's what can warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up.
And I don't think Houston is going to get a touchdown in this ball game, which is pure sad, purely sad.
From the 16, Darnold. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first
I was going to
down.
say, because he has an opportunity to get 100 yards in receiving and rushing, McCaffrey.
Before he gets going.
And he'd be right on cue. Because he's definitely done that before. We'll give him some help.
Touchdown throw from Sam Darnold.
And the Panthers just continue to pour it on.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is a result of all their great preparation and great practice time during
About
the
to
week.
put
And even though
2
it seems like
nickels
this is a
on
great
them.
chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Gonzalez to add the PAT.
This might be the highest score we had on gameplay this year, if I'm not mistaken here. If I'm wrong, tell me about it. But I believe that this is the highest score by a team on gameplay this year. And of course, it will go against the Texans. Oh, man. Oh, we need a new culture. We need a new culture bad. We got to get the McNairs out of there. We got to get McNairs out of office. We got to get him to sell the team. We need some grit and some toughness in this franchise. We just need a whole new approach. We need killer instinct. We need it all. We need it all. And I believe it's not going to happen unless we sell the team or we get somebody in there that's going to say, look here, Cal, I don't care what you're talking about. We're doing our own thing. Just sit back, cut the checks. Let me worry about discipline. Let me worry about bagging and getting the groceries. Just let me run the show. It's the only way I see it. The only way I'll be back.
That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their
Because a lot of this stuff can be avoided. It really can. All jokes aside, it really can be avoided.
thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A lot of this pain don't have to happen.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
And that's why you see them X'd out on my cover sheet. On my channel art. How you want to call it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can.
My heart will always be in Houston. Always. It's just, this team here, I just Don't know what happened and how they're going to get it back. I mean, I know how they can get it back, but are they going to be willing to do that? I mean,
Third and long for Mills.
it's out of a lot of people's hands.
They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down.
Got to have new supervision, that's for sure. So it's the way it is. How many times in this game you've seen him make that throw? I mean, you've been hitting Conley on that same route like that pretty much throughout this game. It just always ended on a back end of punts or turnovers.
Officially that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. Possession of the football goes over.
This might be the last chance for McCaffrey to get his 100 yards. He's at 85. He's at 97 in receiving, so he could get it all on this possession, just depending how much they're going to use him in the passing game. He just needs one more catch. As far as the running, they're going to milk this thing, so he ought to get it that way as well, rushing. So I'm looking for him to get over 100 yards in receiving and rushing on this possession. And there it is. Whoa, 2 yards shy of it. He will get it. I thought he had it on that run.
He's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It'd be a shame he doesn't get it in receiving as well, because, you know, they decide not to really pass the ball too much, just keep it on the ground, running his clock out. It'd be a shame. I think he's right at 97. So any catch should be 3 yards or more. And there he is. He's got the 100 there. 101, 23 rushes.
Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second.
He just needs one more catch, basically, to get that 100 yards on receiving.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 111 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really.
What work? What work?
That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away.
And just to think how, you know, he started out and how they used him.
Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than
Very minimal time they used him in that first half. But they knew he had to be the horse down the stretch.
In Houston territory at the 48-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out.
He keeps running like this, though. There's no need for him to put it in the air. They'll just continually run. Did I say continually? Continuously. The tongue tied there. They'll continuously run the ball.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Darnold on third down. Found his target. It's Anderson.
What do you know?
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able
He kind of underthrew that ball. He came back and kind of leaned down and scooped that one.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Gotta give it up to Darnold in this game. Really do. I mean, he surprised a lot of people, especially me. Didn't think he could make the throws he did in this game. And unfortunately, McCaffrey's going to come up short on the receiving end of getting his 100 yards. No need to pass it here. Oh, man. Look at this running. I mean, this defense is battered and bruised. They're tired. They've been misused.
I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. I'm going to run you over.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
I hate to even really look at the stats at the end of this one. This is one of them times where you wish, you know, you as the coach, because you just walk in there and say, hey, we're going to rip this, the sheet up, the tape. No need to look at it. No need to look at it.
It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
62 points if he gets the extra point. 62 points.
I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Are you kidding me? I mean, just look at this score. It almost looks funny sitting up there on the board. 62-3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez.
59-point beatdown.
Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. Houston's offense taking over again.
33 seconds left. They should want to just get to the locker room, but I'm pretty sure they're going to try to air this thing out, make it look even uglier before we leave here. Probably even have the nerve to call timeouts as well.
This team again.
Mike 4. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
First down throw for Mills. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That's the story of the night.
And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Mills. Connecting with Johnson. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the
And
passing
thank
attack
y'all for not calling a timeout. I really appreciate that.
ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That's incomplete, but there is some flag down, so hang on. A big call coming in for defense.
They threw it. They just threw the flag.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the
Well, at least we get to see Davis' arm and see what kind of arm strength he has. Try to air this one down the field.
One last shot for Mills. And that will be
And he didn't even do that.
as time has run out on this football game.
My goodness.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those
I hope
points
y'all
up
still
every
woke
week,
out
let's
there.
keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them all day.
Y'all stay
It makes their
tuned
job
at least
that
to
much
the
easier.
end.
When they're scoring that many points,
Because it's pretty
allows them
easy
play
to
a
fade off
different
on
style
something like
and a
this.
different flow.
Stats coming up next.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Houston, good night, everybody.
And I don't want to do this, but hey, we got to do it. Bear with me. It's ugly. (62-3). We all know that. Total offense has been a total runaway. And you want to talk about rushing yards, we can just see how pitiful that is. 55 yards for Houston in rushing yards. That's not going to do it. I'm sorry. Man, I mean, it's spread out. I mean, the passing is like they didn't come close in a lot of these areas. I mean, the first down's 33-17. I mean, you can look at the punt return yards if you want to look at that, but that wasn't too crazy. But the kick return yards, they won that. I mean, if you want to say that's a gold star, you go right ahead, but I'm not. Look at the total yards. They almost had 700 in total yards for them to Houston's 384. And you don't need me to tell you about turnovers, because 6 won't have you in any ball game. Third down conversions, I mean 53% to 23%. I mean, that's pretty good to be a little above 50% if you're the Panthers. I mean, we've seen greater from other quarterbacks and better teams, but 53 is a good percentage, especially if you have a lot of them. Nobody completed a attempted fourth down conversion or a 2-point conversion. Red zone percentage, 50% Houston, 85 Panthers. Red zone TDs, obviously with 3 points. You're going to be at 0 if you're Houston. But the Panthers at 5. Red zone field goals, wasn't too much of that going on. So yeah, man, even time possession, they did a lot of milking, especially at the end. Just terrible. Which quarterback brings a win? Ding ding, I'm pretty sure y'all know who that is. I mean, just look at this. 140 on the rating. 40 completions. Look at the yardage. Even though, like I said, reason why it's high in the player stats, because they don't do minuses on sacks. So the real yardage you will see in the team stats, not the player stats. They don't subtract from the quarterback getting sacked, which I like. I mean, just like the running backs. I mean, if you're going to do a minus on a running back for losing yardage and take away from his total yardage, hey, got to do the same thing with quarterbacks when they get sacked. So they don't do that here. So that's why it's going to be a little higher in the player stats than in the team stats. So he has 487 over here. So, and the completions are 75. 6 TDs from Darnold. And I'm just going to take a wild guess, but I don't think he ever had 6 TDs in his life. At least not in the NFL, I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, let me know. Show me some stats of it, some proof. Hey, maybe I believe you. But I'm sticking by it. I know he hasn't thrown 6 TDs in his NFL career. And we look at Mills. I mean, for a backup rookie getting thrown out there, I gotta say he did poor. I think any other rookie could have done a better job than this. I think Ive could have done a better job than this. So that's that. And old McCaffrey doing what McCaffrey does. Doing like his old man used to do. Produce. Come up big. And those are nice numbers. Those are nice numbers. Yes. He does it on the receiving end as well. Talking about McCaffrey. I hate that he came up short on that 100-yard, but, you know, as close as you can get. No drops either for 9 catches. So, oh, yeah. Look at that Anderson there. Told you he kind of tailed off, but he done his job way more than they might have expected as far as the yardage and the touchdowns. But he'd have kept that pace up. It could have got real ugly. And Amendola, of course, looked good for Houston, the old vet. So, yeah. They had some production on the receiving end of the football, the Panthers. Got some blocking there. Zach Cunningham usually at the top, but he could have been in the mix a lot more. I'm used to him being in the mix a lot more. But everything was unusual to me in this game. So, meaning, you know, production from some guys. Now, the outcome wasn't unusual. I'm used to seeing that a little too much, actually, to my liking. And, yeah, so, punting there, kick return. So, there y'all have it. A complete beatdown. 62-3. Highest point gameplay. What did y'all say about that? Thought I wouldn't see it. Didn't really want to see it. If I did see it, I didn't want to come against a former or a hometown and home city state, that's for sure. But it is what it is. And once again, I use that word. I just hope there's no inclination on what's to come. So we'll keep it as that. And it's been very fun. Good broadcast. And this is Goodymo Gaming. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment. And we'll be on the next broadcast. I'm really thinking about broadcasting, commentating on that Eagles and Cowboys, because that's a rivalry, and that is my team, Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm thinking real strongly about coming in on that one. So we'll see. Here's a quick turnaround from Thursday, and then what is that, Monday night? So yeah, strong possibility. Why not? But until then, we out of here. Peace.